Before this video starts, I should give you a warning that this does contain spoilers for the Alice in Borderland Season 1 and Season 2. So if you haven't watched them yet, please do not watch this video. You'll be spoiling it for yourself, but at the same time, if you do want to understand what each games are and like my personal opinion on which are the best and which are the worst, please go ahead and continue watching. This is your final warning, so if you haven't clicked off by now, then thank you for staying along for the journey. I'll see you in the video. Woo! I just finished watching Alice in Borderland Season 2, and I've got to say, bro, like, oh, man. Honestly, the show is so fucking good. I couldn't get enough of it, bro. Like, the day it got released, straight away, I literally recorded that shit. I literally, like, finished that shit in like 2 days, and I mean like 2 consecutive days. Like, started it the morning of it when it came out, or like whenever it came out, like watched it to the evening. I think I got about like 4 episodes through, and then boom, the next day straight after, another 4 episodes. Oh, they upped everything from the last season, and like, bro, the games, like, just thinking about all the games, like I literally went to sleep that night dreaming about all the games, and I was just like, bruh, these games are so fucking sick. Like, don't get me wrong, I had my pet peeves about the show, like, you know, the main character having too many crybaby moments, in my opinion. But still, like, it was just so fucking good. So, what better idea than to give my opinion to all of you guys and rank all the games from my favorite to the worst, judging it on how it made me feel and how well I think the games were, like, put together. Because I feel like even though they connected to the storyline and, you know, it gave us depth on some characters and shit, the games themselves should just be ranked, like, especially with how good they are to how shit they are. Because I won't even lie to you, man, some of these fucking games were just so dead boring at times. Or like, we just didn't see enough, or like, the idea behind it was just so shit. But again, don't be triggered, because this is my opinion. Feel free to go make your own one. I'll leave the tier list maker in the description so you guys can go make your own. But, with that being said, here's my tier list. Respect my opinion. Alright, so I'm not even going to lie. So, in no particular order, we're just going to go from literally the left to the right and row by row. First game, Dead or Alive. This was like the very first game in the series. I can't even lie to you. It was good because it introduced me to the world, but it could have been better. Like, I remember seeing the stakes of it for the first time, but the fact that I saw anime characters on the door knocks me off completely. Like, I was so in depth in this, like, mysterious world and thinking to myself, hey, yo, this is fucking creepy, this is kind of, like, scary, 100% I'm on this. But then seeing some fucking, like, angel girl on the door, and I don't even remember what the other one was, I was just like, bro, what the fuck? But still, though, got a game, and it put me into the mindset of what the universe was about, and like how we got to see the main character like for who he was and everything else compared to like the very beginning. So, you know, we'll start off with a strong B-list game, because it had its flaws, but it had its good sides too. Next up, we have the tag game, the 5 of Spades. Goated game. Won't even lie to you. Girl was jumping around the map. Like, on God, I thought this was like Mirror's Edge or some shit. I couldn't get enough of this game. Especially with the fact that, like, it was, like, high intensity with, like, the brother with a horse mask, like, shooting up everything. Goated! This game, though it's goated, like, I feel like, I don't even know. You know what? Nah. I don't think that there was anything missing with this game. It had all the things to me that were, like, scary, plus all the intensity that I feel like I needed in the game. Nah, 100% S tier. S tier game all the way. Hide and Seek 7 of Hearts. This game was the first game that I was like, oh shit, you know, maybe this shit has some sort of consequence to it. Maybe like we can't just sit here and like enjoy the show for what it is, because maybe the main character's actually going through some shit. Now, don't get me wrong, it's all fiction and shit, but I was really like into this moment. And is his name Karabay, the guy with that fucking orange shirt? Goated character, man. I love the way that he was like smoking a cigarette and was just like yeah, this is my fucking cool moment. I'm a peace out to this bit. Goated guy. It was an interesting game, and that girl that sold them out that they thought was part of the team, we all know, like, bitches be fake. She was genuinely a bitch. Like, come on. She was trying to just, like, you know, do her way out of everyone. Like, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Like, come on, bruh. You know, come on, bruh. Bros before hoes. Come on, bruh. But no, on God, good game, hide and seek. I liked it. You know, calm game. But it's not S tier because I still feel it's missing that little bit of like intensity that I was needing to just be like, yeah, this is it fully. Like, I loved every single bit about this. You get what I mean? Oh, distance. This was cold. No. The way that everyone ran down to the end of the tunnel and then got to the end and it said 0. Cold moment. That's when I was like in the anime, like, in the Netflix show, I was like, yo, something's going on here. No. That was cold. And the fact that they had to all get back to the bus whilst it was all thinking, you know, Arisu, the main character, drove down, picked him up, swerved it back, woo! All the way back to the front. Cold game. S tier rank. I can't even argue against it. I remember nothing bad about it. The fact, it was just set up so well. I love that. Lightbulb was so mid, man. Like, it don't get me wrong, the concept was cool, but it didn't resonate with me. Like, you know, electricity, water, like the fact that someone got shocked in the first place because they were just like, oh, is this the right one? Like, it's just so stupid, bruh. Like, it's probably one of the only games where I feel like there were deserved deaths in it, if that makes sense. Again, it felt like it was very mid, like, it just contained a load of characters, like, that were just filler for the game. I can't really say much about it. Lightbulb was Lightbulb, like, mid. First C for the tier list. Witch Hunt. Now, okay, I really enjoyed Witch Hunt because it allowed us to all go through, you know, the extra characters and everything else. And, like, it was just good for the story. And the fact that it was all suicide all along. And, you know, you had a bunch of people killing each other. But all these, like, proclamations that people were just a fake witch here and there. And no one listening to each other because everyone's in a stressed out mindset and shit. Was just like, bruh, was there really that much lead or loss of life and everything? I enjoyed it. And I think it was good. But, like, I don't know, bruh. It was just missing something. Like, again, it was good. But it's kind of like the first game. And the way I described that. Because, again, it allowed us to see so many more different aspects and everything else. And it was a nice plot twist towards the end. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I predicted that shit. Yeah, I'll be on some high IQ power shit.
We do not care.
It just wasn't it, bruh. It just wasn't slapping. It just didn't have that. You know what I mean? It just didn't have that. It just didn't have it, you know? So, like, again, I'ma say it's a B because it was midpoint for me. It was good, but it was like, it was kind of like, you know what I mean? Just like, not fully all the way, not, it's like, but it was still good. I liked it. Okay, King of Spades. I remember watching this part. Like, all the way at the end of season 2, and I was just like, bro, this is some Avengers Assemble moment. You see the way, like, the camera just, like, pans to the side of them, like, twice, and all their heads together? I was just like, bruh, alright, cool, no worries, like, I guess we're just doing this now. But it was kind of good, and the reason I liked it is obviously because of the high intensity, and everyone, like, against the, the King of Spades, which is, again, good. It's a good thing. I have nothing against it. The only thing that I really kind of didn't dislike about it was the fact that the King of Spades killed everyone. Well, except the other characters that didn't get shot, obviously. But, like, come on. This man point blanked majority of the crew, and it felt like everyone's deaths were inconsequential except for Anne's. Like, it was a good thing that the characters survived, because obviously if you kill off all the characters at the end, I guess it's true to the nature of the show and life being cruel or in that Borderland era or whatever. But at the same time, to me, it's like, bruh, the only person that actually seemed to get, like, you know, the poor end of the stick was Anne. But again, everyone came back to life after because they survived till the end. So I guess they technically didn't die, but they were just severely injured, which kind of, like, you can see, you know, when they're all back in the hospital at the end and after. Either way, it was a good season end. I really appreciated the whole, like, everyone getting together and grouping up in the one final game. Well, technically second to last game. But still, it was kind of a thing like of, yes, most of these guys should have been dead. Especially with the way that they did everything, like, shooting-wise. Like point blanks again. Like, the guy fighting, smashing people's heads against the floor and all that stuff. Again, I'm not going to show it because of YouTube. But still, good game. I'll put my hands up to that. Definitely belongs in category A. Ooh, King of Clubs. Don't even get me started on this one. The King of Clubs game was fucking cool. Oh my god, you don't understand how, like, I wanted to play that game so much in real life. Obviously, minus all the death shit. But, like, imagine you grouping up with your friends and playing the King of Clubs game with friends of yours. That would be such a goated game. Do you even understand? Bro, imagine the fucking loot box system to get extra points. The infinity when you're touching your base. Bro, the fact that everyone's moving around and they can share points around. Bro, the game is just... Bro, it's got that... Oh, bro, I couldn't... When I was watching the show, I was just so enveloped. And the guy, the enemy team, bro. The nudist Donnie. Like, firstly, he was ripped. Like, got me feeling a bit different still. But anyways... Hey, don't catch me out on that one still. Don't catch me out. I'm just saying he looked good. Objectively, you know? But still, it was just an amazing game. It was just so good, man. Like, seriously... Again, if I could play that game, I would. The enemy team leader, the conversations he had with the main character were just amazing, bro. And then Tata, his name's Tata, innit? Yeah. When it came to him sacrificing himself so that Arisu could trick, like, Kazuya or whatever his name. I'm gonna call him Kazoo for short. I'm gonna call him Kazoo. When it came to Kazoo, kid, being done in and being tricked, like, obviously we all know it was coming because we all assumed that something was happening in that time. Like, ain't no way Arisu would just give up his life. It all seemed like a setup. But, like, it's just the way it was all layered and everything else. Obviously, in the end, we knew he would get tricked, but it was just, goated game. You know what? It has to be. There is only one spot for it. King of Clubs, S tier, man. One of the most goated games in the series. And the fact that they then made this game the next game after it. Jack of Hearts, the solitary confinement game, literally sticks with me in my memory. Chishiya is one of the fucking goats of this fucking show. Seriously, bro. Him, the mind games and the way everyone, those three guys, I didn't even suspect it, man. Like, I don't even care that I didn't even see any interactions. It was the fact that it all came back around neatly together and just worked itself out. Do you know how amazing that is to me? Bro, I actually... Oh, man, this show with its games, they're so fucking good. The fact that they made me think 3 characters were the bad guy, and then literally the 4th one that I wouldn't even have expected until the very end was the actual bad guy. Seriously, man, it was good. It, like, everyone fake trusting each other, everyone forming alliances, and then people then thinking to themselves that their alliances are faking on them. The girl in the blue dress with the, like, pigtails or whatever, with the lollipop in her mouth. The fact that everyone thought she was evil and she was just like, oh no, we're gonna kill him now. Oh no, we're gonna kill him now. And, like, leading her group of, like, whatever's, like, cultists or some shit. Bro, I can't lie, this shit was so good. My psychological level thing is, like, off the radar right now. Just remembering it, like the collars and everything. I was starting to learn Japanese for, like, fucking card games on this shit, bro. The way they were just saying, like, Diades and, like, fucking Krabu. Oh man, I'm cringing myself out with this shit right now. But it was such a good fucking game. Ain't no way no one's telling me that this isn't Ain't no way no one's telling me that this is an S tier game, bruh. This is S, no less. Here we go. Jack of Hearts, solitary confinement, straight S. I'm not taking any less. And if you man in the comments want to argue with me with that, I will happily argue. I will turn up to your house, yeah. I'll force you into a card game like this. Me and you can go head to head, yeah. If you're gonna go against me, yeah, bruv, you're gonna get something different. You get me? Queen of Spades. I think this was the checkmate one. Checkmate was calm. I mean, like, I wish she had, like, given more detail, like the queen. I wish she had given more detail on, like, why exactly she wanted Arisu on her team so bad. Like, it didn't really go into it that much. Oh, and one more thing, and I know I might get a bit of hate for this, but fuck that kid. Whoa, not in that way. Hold on, not like that. Screw that. Shit, that don't even sound right. Okay, forget that kid, because he is jarring, and I don't understand how he can be introduced into the plot, like, for, like, literally, like, a quarter of an episode-ish, and then be involved in the next game, obviously, because his visa's about to expire. But then for him to just stand around and just be like, bro, that genuinely jarred me. Like, of course he's not going to do anything. He's a kid and everything else. I mean, in the end, they literally ditched the kid with whoever the people were there. Like, there's nothing else you're going to do. It's not like you're going to drag a kid along with you all the way to the end. You know, but like, I guess it's meant to show the sad reality of it. How, like, the kid was obviously hit by the meteorite in the end of season 2. And, like, he's also been dragged to the Borderland. So it shows to us that the Borderland, you know, whilst in that moment, is open to anyone, not just adults and people who are older. But, it's a sad concept that a kid has to go through all these games at such a young age. But it's also kind of a thing of, like, right, unless he's going to be, like, a significant character, I really don't give a shit as to whether you lose or win this game. I only care about if the main characters survive at this point. You are some random ass kid that's been dragged into this shit. And like, sure, you know, you need to replenish your visa and everything else, but I must sound really heartless and cruel right now. Oh my god, but I didn't give a shit. The game itself, though, was decent. I don't really agree with the fact that, you know, she just gave a, you know, let's go back to the real world type speech. I guess that's the only thing you could do in that situation. But I'm gonna give it like a C, just because it just didn't. It was a good game, but
it's the biggest
just certain things around it didn't really hit for me. King of Diamonds was interesting. It allowed me to see more into Chishia. It's kind of one of the first games that I also saw where one of the you know the cards, or you know, the card holders or whatever they're called, seem to just give up on their own game because they want to take life into their own hands, which is respectable, honestly. But the game itself was pretty boring. You know, I've never been like a big fan of like numerical games. It's just like a mid game. Well, it wasn't mid though. Again, it allowed us to see more into Shishiya's story. But again, in terms of game, it was alright. C tier,
it's the
not really any higher. Dog shit. Queen of Clubs we didn't really get to see, so I'm not even going to be long on that. It looked like they were just like throwing shit at each other. D, nothing else. Queen of Hearts, Croquet. It was kind of cool how they put a different twist on this, and they kind of wanted to make it seem like, you know, the player would destroy themselves within the game, which is a nice concept. But again, like, it didn't really hit too much for me. There didn't seem to be that much intensity. I always felt like because it's the last game, everything would just wrap up neatly and nicely. So I'll put it here within the C or B. Probably B. Nah, C. No, I'll make it a B. I'll be fair. I'll be nice. I'll be nice because she was nice in the end as well. Jack of Diamonds, again, I think they call that game Mahjong. If I'm wrong, please feel free to connect me? Whoa. Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, if it's not Mahjong or whatever it's called. But again, we didn't really see much of it. Don't really get the rules of it. D tier, we didn't see enough. Jack of Spades, we saw Queena, I think is her name, beating some people up, leaving it at that. Didn't see enough of it. It was cool that she was kicking ass, but like, I've seen her kick ass so many times in these series without there needing to be a game involved or there being a game involved. Again, her best scene of kicking ass for me was in the Witch Hunt, where she was fighting the bold guy with the sword. Goated. But I didn't really need to see that again in a game, so like, D tier. We don't really need it. Jack of Clubs, some sort of rope holding game. You just climb, just hold there for a bit. Last person to win survives. I don't know. D tier again. I wanted to see more of the King of Hearts game. That actually looked interesting. I wanted to know what was chasing them motherfuckers and what they were like running away from. If we had seen like a maze and them running away from creatures, that would have been amazing. It would have been a cool concept. I would have loved to sit there and watch the whole thing through. Again, intensity levels, it would have seemed like a really good game, like especially of one of the last games to end on a high note. So again, King of Hearts definitely should have been high, like fully fleshed out into a proper game, but didn't really see much. So again, just based on the concept of it, I'm going to put it in C tier. But the only reason I'm stopping it from going any higher than C tier is because, again, there's like, we didn't see enough. We just only got like a few short clips of it. So,
it's
C.
The biggest piece of
That's all I can
shit.
do. And Boiling Death, last game. Not in order, obviously. Again, it was a good game. I liked it. And it gave us the like insight into who the girl was and like how she lost her foot and everything else, which again was good. Like I liked seeing her overcome her situation and everything else. It was really good. It also gave us, like, you know, the lead on to how she met, you know, the big muscly military guy that, you know, fucking invincible to bullets for some reason. I guess he's needed that for the story. It's his fucking quirk or something. But it was a good game. It was just the whole stadium blowing up with hot water. She escaped through the air vents. I think I did like the scene of her. This sounds really fucked saying this, but I did enjoy the scene of her, like, you know, lifting her leg up and getting out the situation by herself. It was really goated. Oh. Actually, I just remembered what happened straight after. Ooh, that wasn't a goated moment. So if you've seen the show, you will know as soon as she escaped because of her bad leg, she gets to a hospital. Unfortunately, there's a really, really, really horrible doctor there that makes her do something in order to save her leg. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that because it's pretty horrible, but I think just if we base it on the game alone and not the aftermath, and, you know, forgetting the injury that she had, she did play the game well. I'm going to give that one, though. I don't know, I kind of want to save the S, A, and B tiers for, like, the games that really, really hit. I think I'll give that a C tier.
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
I do wish, though, that we saw more action from her in the actual show. That was my ranking of the games. Again, I'll leave this in the description so that you guys can go ahead and make your own tier list. You know, compete against mine. Go ahead and, you know, I was going to say communicate with me somehow, but I'll leave a method to do that in the description. Thank you very much. I hope if enough of you show me your tier lists and everything else and give me an explanation, I can also react to them and see how they go. And yeah, cheers for watching this one. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, lads and ladies, for watching another one, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and peace.